In the world of television, character cameos have become a prevalent and sometimes overused trope. Often, these appearances serve to enhance a storyline or provide some sort of nostalgic value for fans of a particular show. However, there are times when these cameos feel forced, distracting, or completely unnecessary. One such instance can be found in Young Sheldon, a prequel to The Big Bang Theory, where the idea of Sheldon Cooper making an appearance at the wedding of Georgie and Mandy is floated. While the notion of a Sheldon cameo might seem appealing to some, it's clear that Georgie and Mandy's first marriage really doesn't need the eccentric scientist to show up. Here's why. The power of subtlety in storytelling. Young Sheldon has always leaned into subtlety when it comes to character development. The show focuses on the early life of Sheldon Cooper, showcasing his childhood and early adulthood in a way that doesn't require constant shout-outs to the Big Bang Theory. As a result, the show has built its own unique identity, one that exists in the shadow of its predecessor but doesn't constantly lean on it for validation. When the writers of Young Sheldon first introduced Georgie's relationship with Mandy, it was clear they were setting up a new chapter in Georgie's life, a storyline separate from Sheldon and the other characters of the Big Bang Theory. By introducing Sheldon as a character in the mix, even in the form of a cameo, the writers would risk overshadowing Georgie and Mandy's own journey. Georgie, as a character, has struggled with his place in the family and his own sense of self-worth. His relationship with Mandy represents a pivotal moment in his life, as he navigates the challenges of growing up, becoming a father, and marrying the woman he loves. A Sheldon cameo could detract from this moment by shifting the focus to the more familiar, albeit outdated, quirks of Sheldon. The storyline of Georgie and Mandy's wedding should stand on its own, without the need for a crutch in the form of a cameo from the iconic scientist. The importance of Georgie and Mandy's relationship. One of the most endearing aspects of Georgie and Mandy's relationship is how fresh and unique it feels compared to the more established relationships within the Cooper family. Unlike Sheldon's previous love interests, or even Mary and George's long marriage, Georgie and Mandy's relationship is more rooted in the complexities of real-world relationships. They are two young adults navigating the uncharted waters of parenthood, marriage, and growing up in the middle of a tumultuous family dynamic. Adding Sheldon to the equation would interrupt the emotional depth of their connection. It would almost feel as though the writers are leaning on the past instead of letting Georgie and Mandy carve their own path. What makes Georgie and Mandy's wedding special is that it's their moment. It's not about Sheldon or any other character from the Big Bang Theory. Their love story has been given time to breathe, and the show has wisely avoided excessive crossover with the Big Bang Theory characters. This has allowed the audience to become more invested in their relationship. The arrival of Sheldon at such a significant moment would only serve to undermine this investment. Sheldon's role in the Big Bang Theory versus Young Sheldon. Sheldon Cooper is undoubtedly one of the most memorable and beloved characters from the Big Bang Theory. His eccentricities, his inability to understand social cues, and his unique way of viewing the world made him both a source of humor and a character that audiences could root for. However, Sheldon's role in Young Sheldon is much different. The show presents him as a child prodigy, navigating a world that doesn't quite understand him. Over the course of Young Sheldon, viewers have seen him evolve, slowly growing into the Sheldon Cooper fans know and love from the Big Bang Theory. The character, while still brilliant and socially awkward, is portrayed in a much more innocent light. Someone who is still figuring out who he is and how to interact with the people around him. This difference in tone makes Sheldon's presence in Young Sheldon feel much less polished and more raw. A cameo in Georgie and Mandy's first marriage could disrupt that fragile balance, forcing Sheldon into a storyline that doesn't quite fit his established arc. He is no longer the same character that viewers are familiar with in The Big Bang Theory, and putting him in a moment as significant as Georgie and Mandy's wedding could feel jarring and out of place. The nature of his cameo would likely lean into his characteristic awkwardness, but this would diminish the emotional resonance of the wedding, a moment that should be celebratory, joyful, and intimate. The strain of nostalgia. Nostalgia is a powerful tool in the world of television, but it's also one that needs to be handled with care. Crossover episodes and cameos can be a way to tap into